Network with your host, Sean Myrie. This episode is about, the 1 year anniversary. Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. A lot of people had their favorites. Like with the tracks, the artists, a lot of controversy over the year. Um, you have the Drake stands, you got the K bots, everybody going back and forth, DJs, content makers, everybody almost, right? A lot of tracks back and forth. It started with that Euphoria track with what's his name, Future, produced by Metro Boomin, right? And Kendrick was on that too, right? So when that track came out, that's what kind of basically blasted this thing off. And then Drake responded with a lot of firepower, but it wasn't enough, right? For a whole year. I'm not gonna analyze every track like some of these other individuals. It's like kind of like nerdy. I already done that. I already done the reviews. I already done, picking apart the tracks. But it's been a year, a whole year, right? And the Not Like Us track just silenced everything. But I feel the biggest track for Drake was the Family Matters track. The Family Matters track. Like it or not, it was fire. The Matters track when he brought out, allegations about Kendrick being a wife beater, Kendrick being a cheat, like not really being dedicated to his girlfriend. I don't even think they're married yet, but his lady, accusing Kendrick's manager of being with Kendrick's lady, and that Kendrick's children is not his. That's what Drake put out there, right? And in return, Kendrick Lamar, he saying that Drake is a pedophile, and Drake could never recovered after that. He never recovered after that with the Not Like Us track. He never recovered because right now there's like a lawsuit going on. Drake tried to go against UMG a couple times and it failed, but now it seems like something is going through. Right, all the controversy about streams, UMG pushing Not Like Us, and defamation of character because the PDF thing is really overshadowing everything. People accusing Drake of being, with liking underage girls and stuff like that. But it's been a whole year. Who won the battle to you, people? Who do you feel won the battle? Have you listened to all the tracks over again, right? Have you? Not Like Us really overshadowed everything. Family Matters, I feel, was the best track for Drake in the whole entire battle. When he tried that Tupac AI stuff with Snoop, that was clever. That was smart. That was real clever and smart. But it didn't work. It got backlash. He had to take it down and stuff because Drake claims that Kendrick got his got Tupac's family to silence that and take that down. So a year in the battle, is the beef over? I don't know because he's still here. You still see, comments going back and forth. On the internet, people are talking about it on platforms still. It's still hurting Drake. Drake's still hurt. He is still hurt because he's still fighting. Right? There was rumor that UMG was gonna award him $200 million. Right? 200 million, maybe, but we didn't. There's no confirmation of that. So he's still going through with this whole court thing, and the judge is listening. Actually, in the beginning, it got basically thrown out. I don't see him fighting Spotify anymore. That's not going on anymore. But what was your favorite track? I want to know. There are so much tracks going back and forth. Anybody who's watching this, don't be afraid. Comment. what was your favorite track in the battle? Because there are so much of them, right? And the Not Like Us, like I mentioned, overshadowed everything, right? Makes people forget about all the other tracks, right? Meet the Grams, he picked apart Drake in that, in Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams was vicious. It was personal, right? He picked him apart. But there's some backlash for on Kendrick, because Kendrick was talking about even J. Cole, right? He was talking about Drake, of course, and he mentioned something about like light skin. He was talking about something with like light skin. Bless up, KC Clips. What do you think about the Drake Kendrick Lamar battle? Like, it's been going on for the last a year, right? And people claim Kendrick won. Kendrick got the Super Bowl. He got all these accolades. He got Grammys off of the one track. Only took one track. Drake had a whole bunch of responses, and it didn't really hit in everybody, right? He done what, the Heart Part 6, I think. Yeah, the Heart Part 6. That was all right. That was all right. He done the video when he was in Toronto. I think that I forgot the title of that one. Sorry, I'm not a nerd like some of these other guys. But when he used the van, what was similar to what was on the album cover of Bless Up, Shirin Scott. I can't pronounce that, but used the van, what was a symbol for one of Kendrick's albums, right? And crushed it in the video, right? And that was in Toronto, hauling it with a pick. That one was kind of good. I have to admit, Drake, that visual was good. The Not Like Us was good, but I don't feel that it was like a party track, right? Bless up, Big Chill. What do you know about the beef, right? The anniversary, Drake and Kendrick Lamar. What was your favorite track, Big Chill? What was your favorite track of Drake and Kendrick Lamar going back and forth? Bless up, bless up. I want to know because it's been a year anniversary, and this spiraled into something else where now these guys, well, Drake is going to court. Drake's very sensitive. He's very sensitive. Defamation of character, right? He's pissed that this PDF, that line went global. Everybody been like singing the song and stuff like that. He never expected it to get this big, right? Um, Kendrick had a new album, GNX. It came out. I got to be honest. A lot of people are giving it praise, but it's still not hitting like I expected. I never listened to Kendrick still. You never listen to Kendrick still. You know what? A lot of people say that. Like, Kendrick's a good artist and he's very lyrical. I listened to a couple of his tracks, but I'm gonna be honest, yo. Drake is everywhere. And when he done his disses, to me, I'm gonna people might cook me for this, but he had a better flow on the diss tracks. Ah, so you're team Drake, man. You're team Drake. Big Chill, your team Drake. Yeah, of course, from the six. But I was on nobody's, well, some people might say I'm on Kendrick, but I was really on nobody's side, really. I was just having fun with it. And because the history of Drake, what I know of. But I'm gonna be honest, and some of my other brethren might say what, but Drake's flow, delivery on the tracks, I liked better. The flow and delivery. Kendrick had more personal, cutting Drake up, cutting him up, right? So, Kendrick LA artist, Drake global still. Isn't Kendrick a global artist though, too? Yeah, you're right. Drake is global. Drake is global, right? Kendrick, people will dispute that. You will say that he is global too. They will say Kendrick is global because look, he's coming to Toronto. Kendrick is coming to Toronto with SZA. He's on his tour right now. But Did his album GNX really hit? There's a controversy right now that Drake's recent track, which was on a collaboration album, the Party Next, the Party Next Door Drake album, that the video, what he done for it, kind of resembles the Not Like Us, right? The Nokia. Drake got more hits. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight that. Drake got more hits. Kendrick making false allegations is fraud. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. But is it false allegations what Drake done? Let's be fair. You know, talking about the man's children and the wife getting a hit. Yeah, Drake got more hits. Drake does got more hits, right? Drake helped a lot of people. He does got more hits. But you know what it is? Drake's not just a hip hop artist. He's a pop artist. I said it. People don't like, it's not a diss, but he's a pop artist. Kendrick, he's in the pop too, but he's not that much of, like you said, Big Chill, a global artist. Uh, a lot more local. Can't say local. Let's be fair. He's a national artist. I mean, for America, he's good. All around the world, I don't know. Kendrick did beat his wife. Yo, you saying Kendrick is a wife? Is a wife beater? Where's the paperwork? Is there paperwork on Kendrick? And if there is paperwork on Kendrick, how come no content makers have really dig that up? I haven't hear, like someone like Whack. Of course, he's loyal to Kendrick, but I haven't heard anything like that. Like I haven't seen, I heard, but I haven't seen no paperwork. No one really talking about that, right? It's out there. What? So if it is out there, and people are talking about this PDF stuff all over Drake, it's really getting overshadowed. It's overshadowed, brother. It's overshadowed. No one is talking about it. No one is talking about it. What's held for review? Sure. Kendrick. Whack Kendrick is a wet nurse still. Yo, man. One thing I gotta give though to the West Coast, you cannot deny, no matter what was going back and forth with Drake and Kendrick Lamar, the West Coast held down Kendrick compared to Toronto. Like, I'm disappointed in the support for Drake in regards to like, I don't like, yeah, people might say that they support him from Toronto, but I didn't see the same thing coming from the artist community, right? Like, I'm still wondering what's up. Well, we found out why OVO did not say nothing really, because Drake told them not to say nothing, not to respond, right? So we know about that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. OVO did not do nothing. No Kendrick. You know what? I'm gonna be honest, man. Some people are kind of real with it. It's true, because as much as people may hate Drake or say they don't like Drake, you hear Drake's music getting played. I don't really hear people pumping the Kendrick Lamar besides that scissor track, right? Besides the scissor track and everything, like just the scissor track and the Not Like Us and the GNX album, right? Turn the TV off. I heard that. Is there a video for that? Nah, I don't even see no video for that. Um, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like Kendrick is good, but the way how they place him up, put him up there, I don't feel he's like that at that level. You say you need some OVO merch, so Drake hook a brother up. OVO merch, yeah, but you see, like with Kendrick, I don't see. Yeah, it's true. I don't see his album really, people may get mad at me, relevant, right? Look at it. I said it too. Me and my brother said it. My people said it. We said Drake, all he has to do is some R&B music. He came with something mixed with that Party Next Door album. And this Nokia is big. It kind of brought him back into the fold. And yo, you cannot beat the hits. The black hoodie is nice. The OVO one. You cannot beat the hits. Let's get down to earth about the music, right? He came with that Nokia track. People love it. It's playing in the clubs. I said it's gonna play in the clubs from all, like, especially now, all through summer, all through the summer. But are you gonna hear the same for Kendrick? Maybe that scissor track, right? Drake needs an album with Tory. Yo, that would be fire. After this whole year controversy beef, right? And Tory was kind of quiet, but Tory's with Drake. He said he was with Drake, right? He's loyal. We need a Drake and Tory album. What? I wonder if Drake visited Tory and like, went to visit him. That would be something. We do need a Drake and Tory album. That would, like, respect to Party Next Door, but that would do something. It's kind of strange though that he's in prison, right? He said all in against the industry. Tory fight. You know what? Tory's smart. Even though we're talking about this Drake versus Kendrick Lamar anniversary, he's part of this still. Because if Tory was out, would this whole battle happen? Would he throw his hat into it? Probably would. He probably would. It would have been interesting. They're talking about the big three. Before he got locked up, I feel he was part of, it should have been the big four or big three. He was part of that shit. To me, Tory's better than, people may come to me. To me, I listen to Tory way more than Kendrick Lamar. I think Tory's way better than Kendrick Lamar. But now he's in a situation that he's in the West Coast, man. Locked up in prison. I know his angle, what he's doing. He's educating people. He's educating a lot of those prisoners. He got one of them out recently. Tory's coming out soon. Tory's coming out soon. Yeah, drop him a bag, Drake. Drop Tory a bag. To me, before Tory got locked up, he was, besides Drake, he was the top rapper. Forget Kendrick. See, the industry, like a certain guy, Rock Nation, was against him because, let me tell you, when it was that time when everybody was locked up, not going out, it was Tory, man. Like, people better get it right. It was Tory. Tory was the man, besides Drake. And now we got Kendrick there. Now you got Kendrick. They wanted to remove him and put Kendrick in his spot. Because think of it, two Canadians was at the top of hip hop. You could call it commercial hip hop or whatever. It was two Canadians, Drake and Tory. Not to mention with the pop guys, which you want to say Weekend. You're running it. And Party Next Door. Running it. Right? So what I feel, what would be big? It's so bad that there's this beef. This beef made a lot of people take sides. Like Weekend's with Kendrick Lamar. Right? Nav is with Weekend. Imagine if all these guys were working with each other. It would be something if every one of these guys was working with each other. It would fully take over because, they're all relevant. All these people I just mentioned is relevant. Party Next Door is relevant. Nav is relevant, like it or not, right? Weekend is right up there with Drake. They're fighting. So I feel that's the real beef. This whole time when we're thinking it's Kendrick against Drake, it's Weekend against Drake. Because they have a beef from a long time ago. And Weekend's just friends with Kendrick Lamar. Like, there's a whole list of tracks, what was going back and forth. The ones what stand out to me is Family Matters and Not Like Us. Euphoria, yes. Right? The Heart Part 6, yeah. And there's some other ones, man. Like, tell me what was your favorite, people. Don't be shy. Tell me what were your favorite tracks. Give me your favorite tracks and the worst ones. What was the worst and what was the best, right? Because Drake, when he done that Tupac one and Snoop one, he threw a lot of people off. I think that's what got people angry in the West Coast because he was using the voice of Tupac and Snoop, and that's what kicked it off. That's why a lot of people went behind Kendrick. But a lot of people in the West Coast love Drake. They love Drake. Don't get that twisted. If Drake says he's gonna have a concert down there, it's gonna be sold out. They love Drake. Just go on Twitter. There's the Drake stands who will eat you up. Yeah, that's what pissed them off. It was the Tupac thing. Maybe if he didn't use that, it would have been different, right? Imagine if even J. Cole never dropped out. Imagine if J. Cole kind of like J. Cole is quiet now, but he got dissed a couple times. NYC. Pac should have stayed in. That would have never happened. Stayed in NYC. It's just his family situation, and then he would have maybe not be a superstar. Tupac, if he stayed in New York, he would have maybe would have never been the Tupac we know now because he's a movie star. As much as he's a rapper, Tupac was a movie star. He needed a Hollywood. He needed to go out to Hollywood. It's the same way how I mentioned how a lot of people from Toronto, if you want to make it, you got to go to America straight up. You got to go to America to get into the market, the hit if it's in hip hop. And if you don't go down there, good luck. LA ruined him. That's where he found his. That's where Tupac found his character. I think certain people who surrounded him could have helped him. Right, Digital Underground. Yeah, he started from those days, but he had to be in LA because that was the Hollywood. He was in Hollywood, right? Kendrick, I'm hearing, is coming out with a movie. I'm hearing Kendrick is coming out with a movie from the creators of South Park. So let's see how that will do. Drake's an actor. So I feel what Drake should be doing. He already proved him. He doesn't have nothing to prove. Drake should go back to acting, do a movie, and then he'll get even take over fully, right? Gangster crap. Yeah, LA made him fake that gangster crap. Yeah, yeah, it's true. A lot of things down there makes a lot of people change, right? Look, Tory was down there and look what happened. Our guy Tory was down there. Look what happened. You notice Drake sold his house. Drake's hasn't been down there for a while, right? Even the Wassas, I'm talking about Pressa and them, they were down there and they left. Imagine if they were still there when the battle was going on. Hmm? But he wasn't a gangster. The road, road like 69 for real. I love. No, Pac was a revolutionary. He was influenced by revolution, and he mixed it subliminal with this gangster thing because that's the only way people would listen to Tupac. Really, at the time, some people could confuse, right? Because this whole gangster stuff is supposed to be you're tough. But I think some people confuse the gangster stuff and a revolutionary. People who have like, the third eye or they're against the system. You could be aggressive and strong as a revolutionary and you don't have to be that gangster. Like, like if people know what a gangster is, right? That's why Dead Prez have a album, Dead Prez, right? One of my favorite hip hop group called Revolutionary and Gangster, right? So Tupac was more revolutionary. Right before he died, he was promoting that. People, they're just looking on all that beef stuff. He was gonna be coming out with that. He was gonna flip it like a Dead Prez because he looked up to what it's called Public Enemy. Public Enemy was Tupac's uh, group. But right now, Kendrick, that's who he's influenced from. Kendrick is influenced from this Tupac. And even Drake. Drake is influenced from Tupac. This beef, this whole year of beef was sparked too by him, I think, Drake buying that ring. You know the ring, the famous ring that Tupac had, the star encrusted ring, what he had at one of the award shows. I forgot which award show it was. And he was with Snoop, right? You could see him posing with Snoop with the ring. And he owns the ring because he got that off of an auction. Yeah. No, you see what? You're talking about DMX. I know a story about that. People be shocked to know, and it's controversial that you know that DMX was out a long time ago, a long time from at least late 80s, early 90s. And the time when what's called Tupac was in New York recording Above the Rim, and you know that whole thing, even the times about the Onyx era, DMX was looked on by Death Row. Death Row wanted to sign DMX before, like, I think it was around 95. They wanted to sign him. Death Row wanted to sign him. He was supposed to maybe he could be on there. So DMX was aware of Tupac, and Tupac probably knew about DMX. And you know what? After Tupac passed away, it was almost what, about 2 years after DMX came out with his first album. I think it was 98. 98 he appeared. Yeah, yeah. Tupac was in Toronto because he was recording doing a lot of movies. Yep, and he was wearing the 100 Mile stuff. Tupac was one of the first hip hop artists who was probably staying in Toronto, and people did not really know at that time. He was a star, but you know, people didn't really take that in at that time, right? He was down here. But yeah, I'm talking a lot about Tupac, but it's supposed to be about Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I know a lot about the Tupac stuff, man. Trust me. I was a big fan of Tupac. When I was 19, I got a big picture of Tupac. That was my birthday present. Trust me. Tupac. But Drake, Kendrick Lamar, 1 year anniversary has passed. And everybody's claiming that Kendrick is the king of hip hop. He's the king of hip hop. He's the savior of hip hop. He's more lyrically inclined than Drake. Yeah, man, back to Drake. It's all linked because Drake used Tupac, man. Drake has the Tupac ring. Drake has the Tupac ring. And Kendrick mentioned that, like, give back the ring and maybe things will be okay. He mentioned that, man. The ring is very powerful. It's a symbol. Is Drake ever gonna give it up? I don't know. I don't think so. Drake bought that. He owns that. That's very a big symbol to the West Coast. He owns that, Drake. Kendrick, what's next for Kendrick? The GNX album. I'm gonna be honest, man. I listened to it, man. I listened to it. The first time it didn't hit me. Maybe I have to listen to it more than once. I listened to it a couple times, but it didn't really hit. And then when you listen to the album with Party Next Door and Drake, I'll be honest, it's for the ladies. That never really hit either. I think Kendrick and Drake's recent projects are still kind of mid. Drake's working on something though. Drake's working on something. He's coming with something. He's coming with some fire. But better believe that. Maybe Kendrick has something ready, but that GNX album wasn't for me, man. It didn't really hit me like that. Like he has some tracks on there, but nah. I believe some of the diss tracks are better than that album. What he had, kind of. Well, gonna be honest. That's why a lot of people are mad. Drake been running it for 15 years, Will. Almost about that time. Drake been running it, right? Be honest. Drake been running it. Kendrick been around, but he put Kendrick on. I've seen this before. He did put Kendrick on. Even before this whole beef, I knew that. And people were saying, no, Drake didn't put Kendrick on. No, man, I'm being honest. I'd be a liar if I said, no, he didn't put him on. No, Drake, at in his career being hot and big, put him on by taking him on tour. Same thing with ASAP Rocky. He put him on, and all these other guys who turned on him. Drake put a lot of people on. And then when this beef happened, everybody is against, against him. Why? Oh, you want to see whatever they call the king fall. Now when somebody sticks out, now everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon. Kendrick, he jumped out. Now, oh shit. Now it's time to hit him. Hit him. Take him out. Right? That's how you feel? But guess what? People jump back on the bandwagon now. And that's only a collaboration album. And I don't feel that's the best at all. Drake's working on something though. Kendrick, I hope you're not gonna take long to do another album, because this one, what you done, GNX, nah. Family Matters, loved it. A lot of people they dissed it. I don't think they gave Family Matters a chance. I'll be honest, they didn't give Family Matters a chance. I like how he changed up the beat selection. All is about 5 minutes, right? Not Like Us. You listen to it now, and maybe because it's annoying because you keep hearing it over and over and over and over and over. It's good, but it's not really. I listen to a lot of diss tracks. It's not even close to one of the best ones. I'll be honest, man. The Not Like Us track is not close to one of the best ones. It was just in the heat of the moment, right? People wanted to hear, like, him get ripped up. But in the whole battle, Drake had better bars describing the disses, right? I mean, with flow. I know there was Meet the Grams, yeah, Meet the Grams he digged in, right? What else was there? What else tracks was there, man? There's one, Let the Party Die. I think that was actually one of that's another hit. I have to admit, Let the Party Die. He came with some lyrics with that. He came with some lyrics for that. Let the Party Die. Um, what else? The Euphoria. There's so much others. I know I'm missing some. I know I'm missing some. It's been a year, people. A whole year. This is the anniversary of this whole beef. But don't get fooled. The music industry loves this, and it made both sides streams go up high, record numbers. So it made both of them money, like it or not. They could be playing us. Will they make up? Will they be friends? I don't know. Some people say, no, that will never happen. We don't know. Anything could change. Some people feel that Drake and Kendrick Lamar will never be friends again. That will never happen. We shall see. Both took shots at each other. Drake said that he's a wife, beater and abuser and assaulter, and that his lady's basically a cheater. And then Kendrick came back with this PDF stuff saying he likes underage girls. But that really hurt Drake because the hit, how the song became so big. Now, if the song wasn't that big, would there be a lawsuit? Just to be fair, would there be a defamation of character thing going on? I don't think so. Would there be a defamation of character thing going on? Drake, I don't think so. It's just because it became so big and amplified right now. Was it good for the culture? Yeah. Is it good for the culture? Yeah. I'll say it again, because we haven't seen no battles. Hip hop is, well, rap, it's boring. That's why sales have been going down. That's why that was the most entertaining time for hip hop. People have to admit, because it's been boring, man. It's been boring. That's why people have to talk about other things like Whack 100 and this whole no jumper thing. People want some news. There's nothing. Like, there's a lot of great artists out there, but that's why people keep talking about this Drake and Kendrick Lamar stuff. Kendrick's kind of quiet now, right? That GNX album, like I said, is good. It's good, but it's not the best. Kendrick has better ish. Drake, even with this stuff what he came out with, he got better stuff. He got better stuff. I'm still waiting for Drake to bring it and Kendrick to bring it. This Gen X is not it, man. I think this was like charity for the West Coast. He put a lot of West Coast artists on it, so it's more like charity. But Drake, I'm gonna give you this tip. Your next album, right? Put some Toronto people on there. I'm not talking about no OVO people. Maybe you could put one or two, but put some real Toronto rappers on there. Put Press on there, man. Put the Wassas. You don't even put top five on that shit. If you don't put him on there, that's a diss. I'm not saying he's good lyrically, but the same way, right? Kendrick put on. Let's see if you could put on. Because yo, right now, don't look like don't look too good. Like you could help more the scene, Drake. Put these rappers on, not just the OVO guys, man, because they're getting old and I don't see they don't stand out. They don't stand out. Put Press on there. Put YG from Toronto on there. Put who else? Like I said, top five on there, and some me if not them, some other guys from Toronto. There's tons of rappers in Toronto, tons lyrically great. Or are you just intimidated? Are you scared that they might overshadow you? Because you will amplify everything. So whoever you put on there is gonna get amplified too. That is what you need to do for your next album, Drake. Drake's working on a new album, but come on. After you got disrespected to the people you put on from America, right? I hope you learn from that. I'm hearing that he's not going to have no features. That's what was the rumor. Drake's next album, he's not going to have no features. Because look what happened. A lot of people turned their backs on Drake, the people in the industry. But come on, put some local people on your album. Try to help the scene. Yo, there's other Drakes, you know. I'm not saying exactly like Drake, but there's a lot of talent from where he comes from, right? Kendrick tried it. He put that guy Lefty Gunplay on there. He put, I think, his cousin on there. He put a whole bunch of unknowns. I'll be straight up from LA. Unknowns, more unknown than people from Toronto, who I'm talking about. Kendrick done that, right? Maybe that's part of the reason I didn't really feel the GNX album. I heard a couple tracks. I'll be honest. No, I heard the whole album, not a couple tracks. I listened to the whole album more than once. And to me, it was boring. Honestly, I'd rather listen to, what's his name? Griselda, that crew. I'd rather listen to Conway the Machine. See, there's some people, they're not going to get celebrated because they're not pop. But there's tons of rappers I could mention are better than Kendrick Lamar. You get what I mean? Like Kendrick Lamar is good. He's not garbage, but he's not like how people are praising him, yo. Drake is good, and he's a pop star. Drake's good, and he's a pop star. And that's facts, right? It's been a year. This is the anniversary episode. What is your favorite tracks, people? And don't forget to subscribe and all that good stuff. Like and comment. It helps the algorithm, right? What's your favorite tracks from the beef? There must have been over, I think, 8 tracks, 8 to 9 between both of them. 8 to 9 between both of them, going back and forth, right? The only ones, like I said, what gets spotlight the most, is Family Matters and Not Like Us. Meet the Grams was getting a lot of attention, right? Um, see, I don't even remember a lot of Drake's diss tracks because that's how much the machine, maybe Drake has a point, was pushing Kendrick. That's how much the machine was pushing Kendrick. And let's be straight up, it is the industry what helps promote all these industry artists. So you don't even remember I can't really remember clearly what Drake diss tracks were. Like I know some of them. I'm just being like they don't stand out, right? They don't really stand out because of they're clearly behind Kendrick. Kendrick's track when he came out with that last one, it's like, oh, it's over, man. Not like us. Everybody's celebrating. It's like it was a big celebration burying Drake. Drake's quiet right now. Drake is quiet right now. They brought beef to another level. But Drake is really bringing it to another level. He's bringing it to court. Is that hip hop? No. I would say I'm going to be straight up. Drake is bringing this whole thing to court for defamation of character, saying that UMG, unfair practices, promoting that track, and it helped. That's defamation of character, right? That's what they claim. All right, what's he's claiming? It hurt him. It's kind of he's saying that he tried to screw his career up, right? Because of the song, so big. Family Matters was good, but it didn't get the attention that it deserves. I think it deserved more attention. But did it get the attention? No, it didn't get that attention. It did not get that attention, Family Matters. But Family Matters, I thought was fire. I thought it was hot, right? There's gonna be these content makers in America who's gonna criticize. One of the biggest criticizers of Drake, because I'm talking about this beef, is the Company Man, right? Company Man, he's a big criticizer of Drake. And then you got this other guy named Curtis King. He's cool with Company Man. Curtis King right now, probably today, you could go check out his channel. He's breaking down the whole beef too. And he don't like Drake at all, Curtis King. Right? These are content makers I'm talking about. Curtis King and the company Man, they don't like Drake at all. So they're pushing, pushing, and pushing. I know academics is for Drake. Academics is for Drake. Who else is good with Drake? Not too much other content makers are really good with Drake. There are some, but the ones who get the most spotlight, they ain't good. They're picking Kendrick, man. They're picking Kendrick. The only one who rides for Drake is academics, I see. He's the one. But this guy Curtis King, man, he be cooking Drake all the time. The only other guy I see kind of rep too big for Drake is What's the Dirt, fellow Canadian. What's the Dirt breaks down, he does a lot of breakdowns, and he been, you know, standing up for Drake. He's not popular though. Guess what? Because he stands up for Drake, he's not popular. Like he is popular, but I mean, his opinions ain't popular, right? It brought a lot of he got a lot of backlash. What's the Dirt because of his allegiance to Drake, but he's Canadian. What do you expect? His allegiance will be like that. But these other guys like the Company Man and Curtis King and what's his name? Who else? DJ Head. DJ Head, man, listen to that name. God, oh God, DJ Head. He's cool. That's the biggest cheerleader for Kendrick, DJ Head, right? There's this other guy named Mal, right? And Rory, but Mal, he don't they don't like man, he don't like Kendrick. He don't like Kendrick. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he rips up Kendrick, but you know what? I don't hear a lot of people ripping up Kendrick because a lot of people are scared to speak their opinion in this whole beef, what been going on for a year. But there's guys who are ripping up Drake every day. I know I criticize Drake. I criticize Drake. I'll admit it. But there's these guys, it's like a full-time job, man. Anytime Drake does something, they talk about him constantly. Right? Company Man is one of the main guys, and Curtis King. He ain't joking. You check out Curtis King today. He has like 2 episodes talking about the beef coming up. And you know he's gonna be ripping Drake. right? When you're at the top, a lot of people may not like you, man. When you're at the top, they won't like you until you're gone, maybe. But yeah, a lot of content makers are talking about this beef up until today. A lot of people are still talking about it. It's crazy, man. And I'm talking about it right now because the only reason I'm talking about it because Drake is still talking about it through court. He's bringing the man to court or for defamation of character. He's bringing UMG to court, right? He's not even bringing Kendrick to court. That's what kind of weird, right? He's suing through UMG, and now they're listening. But like I said, Drake's been getting ripped up all over, criticized heavily, right? Made fun of heavily. Hmm? Rumor is that Drake may have a daughter coming. That's what I'm hearing on this whole social media stuff. DJ Head. DJ Head's one of the biggest villains of Drake. He rips, he rips, he rips at Drake for Kendrick because he DJs for Kendrick. So you got to be careful what he says. But in this whole beef, a lot of people like Future, Rick Ross, and many more who claim they're cool with Drake turn their backs on him. Everybody's silent. Everybody's silent, especially now. Drake's silent because he's working on a new album. Kendrick, I hope you're working on a new album because the GNX for me was not it. I'm sorry, it wasn't it. The GNX for me wasn't it. Maybe because maybe it's a West Coast tribute album or whatever. But even for that, it wasn't it, man. It wasn't it. The Tupac theme track, what he has on that album, that's the best one. That's the best one. The one that Tupac done with the Outlaws. That's the best track. Reincarnated off GNX. That's the best track I've heard from Kendrick in a while. Right? Drake, he has some things on this collaboration album, but it's a collaboration album. Let's see his solo album. It's been a year, right? Anniversary. I want to see more, some hip hop. I know he done the R&B, Drake. He could do the R&B, but let's see some more. Get a Tory feature too. Aubrey, get a Tory feature. And Kendrick, you're good. You're MC. You're hip hop. But man, that GNX album, man, I guess you just had to give it up to the people. You had to do a tribute to the West Coast. But yo, please, next album, bring it a little bit better than that. More, and if you're gonna do features, get some better features. Don't be scared for other guys to out rap you, Kendrick. Put a Styles P on there or something. Maybe a Ghostface on there. And if it's some newbie, man, get somebody who's good. Because the guys you had on GNX, straight doo-doo. Garbage. I could say that. None of those guys stand out as a rapper, man. You have all these rappers in the industry and you don't put none of them on your album? Come on, are you scared? And that's the Drake too. Are you guys scared of competition? Because, okay, you have J. Cole. None of you have him on your recent projects, or because of the beef, you guys are both mad at him. You guys need to do better, man. Come on. Don't be scared of competition, lyrical competition. Yo, that GNX, those features are garbage, Kendrick. Those are garbage. And this album, what you came out with Drake, the collaboration with Party Next Door, some sexy songs for you or something. That is just, I guess, is the R&B. We told you to do some R&B, but for hip hop, do something else and get some better features. Please get some better features, cause that ain't it. That ain't it, man. The R&B, yes, you're gonna get. That's gonna be played all through the summer. You got the people with that. You got the ladies with that. But now for the hip hop, you got to do something. And please get some features. Put a little Wayne on there. One of you. Put a little Wayne. That's your friend, man. Get him on your new album, Drake. I think you will do that. Get get Lil Wayne on there and some other heavyweights. I know you are so confident you are the best, but you need that. I think that's what's missing. But I know you don't want to make the mistake putting guys on who are going to use you. You learn from that. Put the ones, filter them out, see who's cool with you, right? Right now, Soldier Boy's beefing with Drake. Come on, shut the hell up, Soldier Boy. You just want some attention. Shut up. Top five is just responding. Drake's not gonna respond to you, Soldier Boy. You want to beef like how Kendrick was doing? You can't go back and forth with Drake. Psh, you're not even in the league to go back and forth with Drake. Stop that, Soldier Boy. You're not gonna win, right? Just show your money on the gram and keep talking bull. Well, this is your host Sean Myrie of the Down to Earth podcast. Please subscribe and like, comment, share the content. Yo, it's been a year anniversary, 1 year anniversary of this beef. Made money for these guys, made their streams go up. Tracks were going back and forth. I already analyzed these tracks, some of them, right? I analyzed them. People are still analyzing them. People are still talking about it. I know where Drake comes from because we're from the six. We know where Drake comes from. Yeah, Drake's ghostwriters are better than Soldier Boy. You know what? Bless up Keisha Matthews. Drake's ghostwriters are better than Soldier Boy. Yeah, I know that accusation with the ghostwriters, but somebody had a point. When you're that big in the world, right? He's a pop star. He doesn't have time to write every lyric, right? And that's true. That's true. He has some ghostwriters, but Drake's lyrically still better than even without ghostwriters, better than that Soldier Boy, man. Come on, man. Not Soldier Boy. Anybody else, not Soldier Boy. No, no, no. No. He's better than Soldier Boy. Way better. Not even compare. Can't even compare him, man. Like Drake, yeah, he has ghostwriters. Drake has a lot of music. Drake has to tour a lot. Drake has to do all types of things. He's very busy. And there's been other artists too who's got ghostwriters or had writers write for them, but they're not getting criticized. Even Snoop had people write for him, right? But no one's criticizing Snoop. No one's criticizing a lot of these other big guys. Trust me. But yo, people, share, like, and comment. I'm out.